In this video, we're going to talk about what cravings mean and what you can do about them. Stay tuned. If you not only want to fit into those jeans, but get your sexy back and finally find a life of happy, then please click the subscribe button below and be part of the Bodies After Babies channel. I'd love to have you aboard. While hunger is controlled by your stomach, cravings are controlled by our brains. Hunger gives you a signal to survive, while cravings are hints at what your body needs. So let's get started and find out what those cravings really mean. When you crave chocolate, you could be deficient in magnesium, especially that time of the month. Our magnesium levels deplete. That's why we're craving chocolate so badly at around that time of the month. Get more leafy greens in your diet. Bananas, avocados, and raw cacao actually has a very high amount of magnesium in it. You could always take a magnesium supplement. Now, when I first learned about chocolate and the magnesium connection, I actually supplemented with magnesium, and I found after a few days, now let's back up. I'm a chocoholic, and as you guys know, if you've watched my other videos, I'm ridiculously addicted to chocolate. But what I found when I supplemented with magnesium, after a few days that went by, I realized that I wasn't even thinking about chocolate, which is crazy because I'm a chocoholic. Now, if you're craving cheese, cheese has something in there called tryptophan. Usually tryptophan, we think about turkey, but tryptophan is in quite a few other products. Tryptophan boosts that serotonin in our body, so when you're craving cheese, you're most likely wanting or needing that boost in serotonin levels. So it gives us that little happy hormone kick. Unfortunately, too much will send it straight to our bum. Research has actually shown that when a low tryptophan diet is followed, brain serotonin levels drop. So a lot of times people would love pizza or they'll love mac and cheese. They'll love a lot of that stuff with the cheese in it. They're actually craving a little boost in serotonin. So instead of that cheese, you could go exercise. You could replenish your body with more nutrients in nutrient-dense foods and help you with that cheese craving. And if you must have cheese, then just have a little bit. I know it's hard. A lot of women say, but I love cheese, but just have a little bit. You can also boost serotonin levels, like I said, with the exercise and the diet, but also get outside. Have fun. Now, there's a lot of you that are salt addicts out there. Craving salt is most likely due to dehydration for many people, so it's important to up your water. Make sure you're having half of your body weight in ounces. You could also be having an electrolyte imbalance. I will put a link below to what I use to make sure I'm hydrated and to have an electrolyte drink that doesn't wreck your body. A lot of the commercial products out there I do not like. They have a lot of dyes in them. They have things that aren't so great for you. You can also do flavored water. Up that hydration level. And salt sucks. Let's face it. When we have too much salt, our rings don't fit, our clothes don't fit, they're a little too tight, we feel bloated, we feel puffy, it's all around gross. It's dangerous for your blood pressure levels. You're most likely having high blood pressure once you have enough of it. You're only supposed to have 1 teaspoon of salt per day, which is 2,300 milligrams. Many people are having up to 10 times that amount. So it is super not good for you. A little salt is good, but a lot isn't. People suffer from high blood pressure, they suffer from heart problems, and the list goes on. Salt is addictive. Now, what you can do is find a low sodium version or a no salt added version. A lot of things like canned veggies have higher sodium in it, actually quite high sodium in it. So make sure when you do look at those labels that you check how much the sodium is. It's okay to add a little bit of salt. Don't be afraid of it. But if you are a salt addict, chances are you're having a ridiculous amount of salt per day or a lot of salt per day. So my recommendation is start mixing some of those products. You could even get toasted seaweed, which is a nice little alternative. And if you want that zing like that salt gives you, then opt for other spices, especially maybe paprika or chili powder or something that gives you that kick without being loaded with sodium. It's not unlikely for you to lose a few pounds, maybe even 5 pounds in a week, just cutting out that extra sodium. And who doesn't want to lose a little bit of weight? Now, if you're thinking that maybe this might just be more than just a little salt craving, go check and see about your hormones, because your hormones might be a little wacky, and see if you're anemic. And you can always check to see about your adrenals and how they are doing. Women who have a low calcium diet or are a little deficient in calcium are also apt to crave salty foods. If you crave sugary sweets, like I do, which is that chocolate or sugar, then you're most likely to have those emotional triggers. I know I have emotional triggers. Many people have them. They head straight to the cakes, the cookies, the pastries, the chocolate. You could be stressed out, angry, or just sad. Sugar gives us that instant fuel, that instant energy. So it makes sense when you are run down and you're coming home at the end of the day and you haven't maybe had the best meals of the day, you want to just come home and binge on sweets. Your body has that signal that I need fuel. It knows that fuel has energy and then wants the sugar. What you can do is to satisfy that sugar craving is to grab a strawberry or half a strawberry, and this is my little secret trick, and do a pinch of salt on it and pop it in your mouth. What I find is that, and there's some reasons behind that it does something to your tongue. It makes your mind think that you are eating something sweet, which you are, but that salt is going to kick in a different craving. This trick works. I do mention in this video, and you can take a look at what I was talking about, but the gist of it is to take a strawberry, do a pinch of salt, and that'll help your sugar craving. Satisfy that sweet tooth naturally by having these naturally sweetened things. Maybe you want an apple with a little bit of nut butter on it. Resist the temptation to go get that cake, because it's going to wreck your waistline and you really don't need those processed foods. You can do it in other ways. Boost your serotonin levels as well. Get outside, have fun, do things that can naturally boost your serotonin. Keep your blood sugar stable throughout the day. So if you eat every few hours and keep that blood sugar stable and level so you don't get those spikes in insulin, then you're less likely to have those crazy cravings and binge and overeat. Sugar will spike you, and then you're going to come crashing down and you're going to need more and more and more to pick you up. Now, if it's popcorn you're craving, that's most likely an indicator of some fluctuating hormones. I've actually had this in the past where I've had intense cravings for popcorn, and I really wasn't a crazy popcorn eater. I like popcorn. I love popcorn, but I wasn't ever having these cravings, and it turned out that my hormones were a little whacked out. You can check always with a naturopath. That's the route I usually go. I go to doctors when needed, but I also use naturopathic doctors. I find it's great to know exactly what's going on, and they can give me a very in-depth view. Two other little side things: if you're craving ice cream, you're most likely needing that fat in your diet. You can get that through oils, you can get that through avocados, and you can get those fats through natural things. If you're craving soda and pop, it's most likely you have a calcium deficiency, especially if you're having severe cravings. Red meat, you could be craving vitamin B12, iron, zinc, and folic acid. If you're having weird or bizarre cravings, like eating laundry detergent or craving cigarette butts, yes, it's a thing, then it's called pica and is most likely an iron deficiency. Go get that checked out. It's not normal to be craving those things. Obviously, it could be a severe deficiency. And one of my final notes is, have you ever seen a baby eat? I mean, really watch them eat. When my baby started eating real food, I noticed on some days he was just so into the vegetables, and then some days he could care less to have it. I really believe that we have an innate ability to know what we need. He can binge on protein one day, and then the next day he needs vegetables, and then the next day he's all about the carbs. As a kid, it's not really these cravings we have as adults. I do believe that they know what they need. And if their body is craving calcium, they're going to be eating that cheeses, the milk. If their body's craving the minerals and the vitamins, they're going to be eating, loading up on the veggies. If they want the carbs, and so on. So that's kind of cool. I've watched them do it, and I'm fascinated how our bodies just know. The problem is, as we grow up, we have all this processed food and we have all this crazy stuff, and our bodies are getting whacked, and we're getting addicted to sugars, to salts, etc. Our hormones are getting out of whack. People are facing adrenal problems from being so burnt out and stressed out, and it's causing some crazy things. So I hope you found value in this video. It's kind of neat to see when it's happening. Now you have a different point of view to know, maybe I need this, maybe I need that, and test it out. Like I said with the chocolate, I tested out with the magnesium supplement, and it was amazing. So thank you so much for watching. Get a handle on those cravings. Until next time.